Thanks to our ring announcer for those great introductions. We're off and lagging to decide who gets the first break in this Predator mixed doubles semi-final. Ben Francis on the mic here with my good friend Eric Orlovson in the booth. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, pleasure to be with you. Down to 4 teams. Not necessarily the 4 teams that you would have expected to make it this far. Foo's back in the semifinals after being in the finals of mixed doubles St. Louis Open. First-time partner Denis Grabe and first-time partners David Alcaide and Wan-Ling. Gonna give a small edge to Fu and Grabe in this one, Ben. Not sure what your thoughts are.
Yeah, very similar thoughts. Not the teams we figured to have in these semifinals, but nonetheless, quite the semifinals we do have. And yeah, small edge to Fu and Grabe here, maybe just on finals experience recently in pro billiard series events, you might say, with Denis winning the Las Vegas Open last year in a pretty thrilling final against Filler, and Fu just recently making the final of the doubles in St. Louis. So Grabe to break first. He's got the 1 in the side, and it looks like the 2 is available.
Yeah, tough opener. I have to stun the cue ball into the 7-8 here. Saw an interview with Denis and Xiaofang before the semifinals, and Denis was saying she can actually go in the top right here as a better play. You think, Ben? It's actually kind of in between both. Yeah, maybe top
somewhere
left.
in between. Yeah, and I saw that interview as well. Yeah, Denis. He had some good things to say about his teammate.
Yeah, basically just saying he trusted her and trusted her pocketing ability, and they both don't speak the same language, so not any verbal communication between these two teams, similar to when Fu played with Bergman in St. Louis, but they obviously know their way around the table, and just pointing communication is enough. But I think Denis kind of plays like that too, like he favors the pocketing side and over the positional side. I think Fu can do both.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Denis, very good at the pocketing side. Let's see if they play the combination. Now, I'm not sure the 5 has the whole pocket. From this angle, looks like maybe half the pocket or less.
Yeah, definitely not a full pocket, but I think she will go directly in here. Shot, targeting the right part of the pocket nicely. Denis is considering breaking into them. I don't believe he has to. Negative with coming above him is the cue will have to run into the 8, but still would prefer that play.
Yeah, I think he'd probably settle on coming above it, which he has nicely.
She can draw to the top side of the 8 here. It should push the 8 forward a little bit and bring the cue ball back.
Has to watch the point of that side pocket. I think it's right in the way. You can tell by her body language it is.
Unlucky there. Expected to clip the 8. Even catching both points and ending up behind it. Not a likely result, but they'll have to come up with something here.
Do you think he could thin the left side and go behind the 10 off a few rails? I guess not. He just took something simple and put them on the end rail. I like it.
See how offensive Alcaide wants to get here. I'm surprised he's letting Wang shoot first.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth, Eric. It's the choice of who shoots first here, and Yeah, I'm quite surprised. Maybe she's been the better potter throughout the tournament.
Well, right decision made there. Right in the
There's
heart.
your answer,
Good
yeah.
position.
Beautiful stroke.
Wang's made it to the quarterfinals of a couple PBS Women's Open events. Solid player. Teaches the game in Taipei.
Well, she's found herself a nice partner here. First-time partners. And David, plenty of experience in these big events, and as well in doubles, of course. We've seen him in FSR playing plenty in the doubles and in Moscone Cup and such. David, if you're just joining us, we have another match. The other semifinal is going on table 2. It is all free, live on Pro Billiard TV on YouTube. And it is a race to 4, best of 3 sets. If it ties 3-3 in the third set, we'll see a shootout. There have been some exciting ones. There was a pretty exciting first round one where we saw Feder Gorst missing a couple in a row. The spot shot, a bit surprising.
Yeah, that hurt his team in the mixed doubles. They were the unofficial #1 seeds by combined Fargo in the mixed doubles.
David with the break in rack 2. He's hit it good. Cue ball gets kissed towards the corner. Didn't see one go in.
Yeah, just a medium speed cut break there from Alcaide. Relying on the 1 a little bit. Did get good action throughout the whole rack. First chance to Grabe here. He's considering playing the cue ball down near the top left, but it's actually playing right towards it.
Yeah, it looks like the 1 will pass the 8 in the top right. There he goes, good angle. Kind of a natural cue ball if he can get the pot down, which he did right in the middle of the pocket. What a great shot.
Yeah, he knew that if he missed, he had a chance at the 6-9 covering the 1. Good play there.
Yeah, a bit of a two-way shot. I like that.
Yeah, cue ball could be running into the 3 here. Looks like she's comfortable to miss it. Pardon me, the 5.
Well, for those who watched the St. Louis event, they'll remember how deadly accurate she was in that doubles, and in the singles as well. She had a good run. The crowd was super behind her. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, she's been a world-class player for 20 years, part of this group of Han Yu, Xia Liu, and herself that were all great players before they were 20. A couple of them becoming world champions before the age of 21. Took a little time off, but she's been back on the Pro Billiards Series for about a year now. And starting to show some results. So much experience and so much talent. She can't help but do well over the course of time. Looks like position for a combo only here.
Yeah, and probably wanting to land as close to straight in on that combo as possible. Get the cue ball a little closer to it. Yeah, so he uses the second rail, but yeah, a little bit short. Can make the combo, but controlling the cue ball on the 6 here, not so easy anymore.
Yeah, I think the 6 will come off the rail a little bit, but the cue ball is going to have to play far up table to get the 6 off the rail enough. Dennis just letting her go here. She's like, maybe looking for some advice. He said, just whatever you think.
Yeah, I like
Caught
that.
this
She
one a little
knows.
thick.
And he knows that she knows. So not much communication needed. Just let her do her thing. She's a very good player. These two look like they figured out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, they figured out the communication. I think that is usually a big key in this doubles, is communicating well together. But obviously we've seen teams do well without saying a word the whole tournament. So you never know.
Yeah, well, the main thing is they're under a 30-second shot clock. Shot from Wang here. How's the 7 going to turn out? Look at it. Thin one for Alcaide. Yeah, they're under a 30-second shot clock, so if you're kind of miscommunicating or indecisive about the shots, it's going to hurt you getting down to the end of your shot clock. Alcaide's going here.
He's really good at these thin ones down the rail, from what I've seen. Don't see him missing those too much, although he caught it a little thick and lost the cue ball.
No way back to the 9 here.
Yeah, not only a tough shot on the 8, but yeah, no way back to the 9. That's right.
Not quite clear if she even has the right edge, never mind the pocketing angle, but looks like she is going direct at it. Wow.
She did try to load it up and get around.
The amount of deflection in that ball when you're hitting right spin at that speed over that distance is just hard to describe. It's all feel. And did end up overcutting it because of the deflection.
Yeah, it's hard to talk yourself into aiming so far away from the ball and allowing for that deflection. Yeah, you're right. There's no word to describe how to line that one up. Not surprised to see it missed by a bit, and good chance for Fu and Grabe to tie this match up.
Fu likes to break from the middle. Just unleashes full power on them, and she has big power. Haven't seen her play this tournament, so I don't know if she's still going with that strategy, but that's what she did all of St. Louis. You've noticed these arcs with the black pocket backings are playing a little bigger than the arcs with the gold pocket backings, Ben. Saw how the 7 went in there. They're playing at around 4.25 compared to the golds at around 4.
Yeah, I agree. They had the gold ones in Vegas and they played super tight. Yeah, these black back of the pocket, they do seem to play just a touch bigger, but still seen lots of balls rattle up. I think the new cloth, this new Predator Reserve cloth, is playing really good.
Fu going from the side rail this time. Trying different things out as she gets more experience in the Pro Billiards series. Cut break, one ball's down.
That one. Oh, all kinds of balls.
3 balls are down.
Did the 3 creep out? She's got the 1 and the 2 ball down off the break. Let's watch the 3 come around. Maybe just.
Could be just there. Didn't have it, so safe for Grabe.
Didn't quite have enough the right side to spin it in. It looks like he's left a little window here. Looks like David's going to shoot this one. So maybe they've decided when it's a tactical shot, David's going to shoot the opener. And if it's some kind of long pot or a tough cut, then maybe it's Wang shooting instead, like we saw before. David going to kick at this one. We know he plays a fair amount of 3 cushion. He's always been really good at kicking the ball.
Similar shot for Fu that Grabe just had. Will be one option, crossing the cue ball over to the right long rail and in line with the 10. Don't think anything off the middle of it's going to work.
Excuse me. I like that, Eric. And maybe put the 3 towards the 5. And that way, if the cue ball doesn't get safe, the 3 can always sort of be blocked by the 5.
Doesn't want the 3 to hit the 8 off one rail here.
Yeah, that's what I'd be worried about as well.
It's gonna leave a safe opportunity for Wang. Looks like there actually could be a lane to the pocket here.
Yeah, and after the shot she took on a couple of racks ago, if there is a lane, she'll go for it.
There's Mike Tabor-Pero waving to the camera. Alex Montpellier.
I think maybe just the safety here, and there are a couple of options with the safety. Can kind of go off either side of the ball. I like this one, but it's going to come back through the window. Maybe a bit unlucky for it to kiss the 8 and come back through there.
I'm trying to stay above it there. Thin one on the side, but Grabe still likes it. Fu doesn't at first, shaking her head, but she is going to go.
Yeah, no, I think these two make a pretty good pairing because they're both so good at pocketing the ball. They can just pot it from everywhere. Beautiful shot.
They're going to be favorites again in rack number 3 here. Coming into Denis's breaks on rack number 4. Rack number 3, pardon me. 4, pardon me. Both teams have made the 1 on the side a couple times.
Yeah, it's been going in today, Eric. In the last match, the men's semifinal, it was flying in. Every game so important out there in these short sets format. A 2-1 lead, it might not look like a lot, but sponsors you see on these arena boards and on the posters, and they all come together to give the free stream and free to watch in person.
Yeah, and a lot of great locations we have on the PBS this year. In the Austrian Alps this week. Over to Rome, first week of August. We'll be back in the U.S. for the last two events of the year.
There's a Vietnam in between there
Florida.
too.
Yeah, we got a couple overseas events. Vietnam and Indonesia will be happening again. And there'll be world championships on offer at those two stops. Good hit from Grabe. 3 balls down and a shot on the 1.
Yeah, and a good look here. Rack number 4. Chance to get on the hill. Big game here. Lots of prize money up for grabs in this doubles. They're playing for 10,000 here. The runners up guaranteed 20 and the winners guaranteed 40 for the team. So quite a bit on offer for this match and the next one, of course. You gotta think it'd be the key shot coming up next, the 4 to the 5. If they can get up there to that orange 5, that would be the work done, you would think. But they gotta make the 2 first. Don't see him miss too many of those.
Yeah, unexpected there. A little over focused on the cue ball and had to be played into a small angle for the 4. But still,
Yeah, he
just thought he would have made it.
Yeah, he overcut it just a touch, trying to punch the cue ball out to make sure they got proper on the 4. Easy to take your eye off that one a little. Is David going to bank this one? Looks like it. Oh, he knew right away. He missed it long.
Makeable here for Fu, but going to be tough to slow the cue ball down.
You don't see David miss too many banks like that. It's another part of his game's really good. Banking, kicking, stuff like that.
Yeah, as far as banks go, that was about as easy as you can get there. Just didn't like how the cue ball was playing back up table. Too many balls. Played safe and did so well.
Yeah, not worth cutting that ball in. Too much traffic with the 4, the 5, the 10. Everything in the way of getting on the 4 and then a long way from the 4 to the 5. So good safety. But anytime you only hide the object ball, you kind of give a good chance for that kick safety in return.
Great shot. Exactly what she was trying there.
Yeah, really good. Dennis with the wry smile. But again, similar situation. I think Dennis can find a hit here. Half a chance to get a return. Well, nothing easy if he's going to try to masse into something.
Gonna hang it. So a chance for Wang and Alcaide to get back even here.
Watch that curve over there. I think he overdid it. He was hoping for a thinner hit on the 2 ball and send the cue ball towards the other end of the table.
Wang doesn't have as much experience at the end of events as the other three players, but seems steady. Doesn't seem like the kind of player where it would phase her too much.
Well, David seems like the kind of teammate that would keep you calm out there as well. He's kind of always smiling and stuff, keeping it light. And so much knowledge. Probably a little easier to stay calm when he leaves you shots that you just have to roll into.
Yeah, see how they're favoring the side on that play, Ben? You wouldn't favor the side on the gold-backed arcs. It's a different cut, slightly.
Yeah, might have shot that ball in the corner and might have shot the 9 in the corner next on those gold ones. Those sides were super tight. I loved it. I thought they were great. These look really great too. They're playing super nice. And this 10 ball to tie it up at 2. Would expect this one to be close. You can follow the scores on the other match or watch the stream on table 2. There are live scores, the brackets, the payouts, and all that stuff. Upcoming events on probilliardseries.com.
Wang to break here in rack number 5.
Ball misses the side, but instantly gets kissed in the corner. It looks like they're going to have a shot on the 2. Nothing much happening on the 3 ball after, though.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
a
playing a soft
combination.
cut that time.
Yeah,
I like the combo. I think
cut
it's
break.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
I
ahead
like the
there.
combo. I think it's pretty lined up to the pocket. I think they'll go at it here.
Yeah, if David can manage to draw out towards the 4, for sure I like that combo as well. Oh, from this angle.
4 now.
Yeah, and tougher to control position on the 3, and then how do you get to the 4? So is it worth it?
4 still available in the right middle. Kind of looks like safe communication here.
Yeah, I kind of
Good
like that
speed.
for a couple of reasons. Maybe tough to make the combo on the 8 and control the 3, but also this way it puts the 3 up there, maybe near the 4 for later on. But yeah, how's the speed, and is there the right side of this ball where he could maybe get underneath the 5 with the cue ball next? Or can he only see a full hit or the left side?
Yeah, it's too thin to hold the cue ball behind the 6. Could play between the 4-8 around 3 rails off the left side of it. But I agree the right side of it would be preferable here.
Yeah, I kind of like that shot by the 8. If he could see that side. Well, he found something else. He did have kind of a full hit. He tried to get the 3 underneath the 10-7, but made a bit of a mess of it. Yeah, I wonder if he even tried to get more out of it and stun towards the 5. Maybe just deflection got him a hair there over distance.
Katie with a strong pot. How's the speed? It's gonna be
Yeah,
light.
he needed it to hurry up.
Try to draw the cue ball behind the 8. I like going off the right side of it as Alcaide's looking. She's thinking about something off the left side. He's seeing the play behind the 6 off the left. Speed's got to be absolutely perfect on this one. She's thinking about all the way back. So 3 different shots considered here already, Ben, within 20 seconds. These players think quick.
I like this one where David pointed there and try to get underneath the 10. Because I think you always contain the 4 by the 5. So it's hard to sell out the 4. You have the 9, you have the 7, you have the 10, and she's played it really nicely. But yeah, I like that. Lots of options considered right away, and they used the clock very well there.
She tried that. Did she call it there? I doubt it. She did. What a shot,
so.
Ben. What?
Timed it perfectly. Watch this kiss near the middle of the table, and bingo, right in the heart.
Thought it would have been the bottom left if she was going to call something up table, but picked out the right pocket on that one, and it's going to make a big difference here in the first set.
I thought the same thing, Eric. I thought the bottom left, if anything, so I was surprised to see them keep shooting here. And what a turn of events.
Deep in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big roll. Deep in the event. Lots of money up for grabs in this match and in the next one. Might remember that roll.
Katie's shaking his head in his chair. Can't believe it.
Yeah, he's never been one to love when something like that happens.
2 rails across for Fu. Just thick enough that she's a big favorite on this one.
I'm not a big fan of what Dennis is doing here. I think you just let her go. If she wants to draw across it, you let her draw across it.
I agree, and I actually like the follow anyways. It was a little thinner than I thought. She had to go twice across, but still.
It's hard to get the speed right this way. I thought if she drew it with the left spin, it was easier to get the speed correct, but Dennis saw something he liked there too coming across, maybe knew this was worst case scenario, and he can manage it with the draw on the left spin.
Well, they were forced to leave some distance here. Pressure on Fu.
Yeah, a bit of a tester under pressure for sure. Big shot.
He's got it. Heart of the pocket. And they're onto the hill in set number 1 now. High level set. Really the difference maker. 4 going in the side in rack number 5.
Who's
From
going
the
to break?
side rail again.
Yeah, from the side in rack number 6 here, and try to get this set over with. I think winning that first set, so important. Momentum's so big in any sport, but especially in pool. Yeah, not
Heavy cut that
going. And not going full power on it, kind of taking a little off. Is the 2 available here, Eric?
I think it is. Dennis is taking an offensive stance.
Yeah, usually you can
Completely
tell by the
different.
body language.
Yeah, completely different break than we saw her use in St. Louis. It's more controlled in certain ways. It's worked out here in the Hill game.
Yeah, what a layout to try to finish this first set. All the balls in the open. 7 to the 8, maybe the only test.
Other semifinal is at 2 each. Han Yu and Wu Kun Lin against Kawahara and Oi.
Wu Kun Lin having himself a week. It's going to be coming up in the final of the men's singles tomorrow. A little thinner on this 5 than they would have loved, and that might make the 6 ball a little thinner as well. Well, again, making the first ball's most important thing. Easy to take your eye off it a little, trying to come across like that. A chance.
Yeah, decided to run it a little bit with some right spin. Got mixed up on the pocketing there.
Yeah, Alcaide and Wang probably didn't think they're going to get this chance. I wouldn't imagine after the way that break looked.
One cue ball moving from 7 to 8. Considering their options, I like this angle here. Playing to the right off of it, 2 or 3 rails around.
Middle table, the target for David here. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little closer to the 7 couldn't have hurt. She has to bridge sort of over the 9 and the 10 ball, makes it slightly a little more difficult, I think. Oh, she stunned it nicely.
The corner there. They're having a little laugh about how close she came to the corner pocket, but they're fine here.
Oh, that's well short. It got a really small bounce there. Did he catch the ball thick, or did he just not hit it hard enough? What do you think?
I didn't see, actually, but odd that it would be that far off on cue ball placement when he's only moving at about 3 feet.
Yeah, he's so far short. That's why I'm a bit shocked. I didn't know what happened. Did it skid? Did he hit it thick? Can she bail him out here? Thin one, bring the cue ball all the way around.
Just got it.
Looks really good. What a shot.
Yeah, they're good here. Good recovery from Wang. And we're going to the hill in set number 1. Going to be Alcaide to break. Back and forth set here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Finish line for Fu and Grabe. Mistake on the 5 ball.
And you can see her on that shot, willing the cue ball, trying to get closer to the 4 so that they didn't have this thin of an angle on the 5, but I still never missed her. Thought her missing the 5 ball thin like that. She just spun it lots. I think deflection got her. That's what made her catch it thin, the inside spin.
Both teams performing at a high level, around the 850 range. Fu and Grabe are definitely ahead in the first shot after the break department, coming up with it 83% of the time. You'd think the set would be over if there was that much of a discrepancy in the first shot after the break.
See if David can get one here. Looks like no dice. Don't think they can see the 1. He's got a ball down. 6 ball wiggled in there. Definitely the 5 in the way of the 1 here. 5 and the 9.
Two's kind of out in the middle of the table, so thoughts of leaving a pocketing angle with tough position are not really there. Well, if they play it to there, all Fu and Grabe have to do is play the cue ball between the 5-10. There's big coverage. I don't like this.
Yeah, I agree, Eric. I don't think this pays off too many times. With Denis coming to the table. I think it's quite easy to contain the 1 ball here, too. I don't think there's any world where they sell out the 1.
Yeah, just standard layup to the middle of the short rail. I didn't like this push. It's just too easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see why there. Just going to jump this one,
Okay.
Call it in the bottom right, try to draw the cue ball towards the 4 and hope the 1 ball comes underneath the 3. He's not trying to make this 1. He's called it just in case.
Shot.
You can see, yeah, he drew towards the 4, but the 1 got loose a little bit. Still a very good shot.
Just a little hard on the speed. This is that standard object ball up the middle and cross the cue ball over. Big stack to hide behind here. To get the angle with the 1 right, making in between the 3-8 twice.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a kiss, so I don't have to worry about that. You can watch. Maybe there is a kiss. How often does that kiss spoil the show on that shot?
Yeah, she could have spun it to avoid it there, but she knew she had to target the 1 pretty good, so just kind of risked it. Barely did clip it.
They're going to call the 1 in the top left and try to get the cue ball underneath the 2. If the 1 goes, they can play some sort of safe on the 2, I think, unless that 2-7 combination is available.
Yeah, there'll be options from underneath it. A bit of security knowing that it's a strong 2-way. Unless you hit it that thick. They've left it.
Yeah, and I wonder, does a 2 go in that other side pocket? From this angle, it looks like maybe it does. Can he draw underneath this? It's overdone it a little, but I think it maybe goes, and she can use the 7 to slow down the cue ball.
Too thin. Gonna be too much energy to slow it down.
Yeah. Yeah, on second glance here, it is quite thin. Is there a safety somehow? The clock was running out. And so she one-stroked the safety perfectly. What a shot.
Didn't affect her. And it actually got them in a bad spot here. There's 3 rails around the back of the 3. Not much else.
Yeah, nothing else. And even
And
as great as David kicks, that was a tough one to read.
5 passes into the bottom left. That'll be the toughest ball in the run out here. Get somewhere near straight on the 4.
Yeah, and probably back on the same line they're on now. Don't think they go around the 8. Yeah. So I wonder, does the 5 pass the bottom left, you think?
I think it does, but they're on too much angle for that play now.
Yeah, and that's why I wondered if maybe she tried to hold it up here and get around for the 5 in the same pocket. Touchy shot here. Big shot. Hill in the first set. Played it with lots of inside.
Gutsy shot there.
Is the combination on? Does the 9 cut in the side?
It can, but I still think she's going to go bottom left here. Nicely played. Cue ball going to have enough speed. It is.
What a shot.
So a great chance to take down set number 1 now.
That was a super shot. She's pretty good under the pressure. That was a big pressure shot.
To be straight enough to hold 1 rail, and they are.
So smooth.
Set that could have gone either way, but it looks like it's going to go Grabe and Fu's way. Perfect on the side. Xiaofang Fu and Denis Grabe taking down set number 1. Good action here in the semifinals. All players are going to go for a break. We'll go for a break as well. We'll be back in about 5 minutes with set number 2.
Looks like we got all the players back in the arena. Fu and Grabe with the first set. And so we have Wang to break the first rack of set number 2 here. They will need to win this set to force a deciding set, and if it ties 3-3 in that set, we'll see a shootout. But I would have to think they're going to have to figure out the break at some point in order to get to there.
Yeah, come up okay here, only leaving the left edge. Avoiding the double kiss, and a good one on the 8.
Yeah, good kiss off the 8. Good safety from Denis.
Gonna leave it open here. There's room to avoid the 6-8 coming across 2 rails. Gonna have to punch at it. Denis knows it. She could just simplify it and play the cue ball near the 6, and I think she's going to.
Yeah,
Easier
that's what she
contact
pointed
point
at.
on the cue ball.
Yeah, I kind of like that because you have to recognize who your teammate is too. You don't need to be perfect on the 2 ball. Get him over there, he'll figure it out. If you really hated the angle on the 2, he could always play safety, which he might consider here. He doesn't seem to like this angle. Would you ever consider just freezing them on the 4 here, Eric?
Yeah, I think the only thing is the 2 could be banking into the 7. But those 100% safes are tough to pass up. They're going to have to leave distance if they want to stay on offense.
Yeah, maybe play the 2, pocket the 2, and then play a safety on the 3. No, he's going to load it up with some spin, try to get around the 7. He didn't get there. But not the worst case scenario. She can see this ball. Half chance to cut it in.
Pretty free shot here.
Yeah, free is the word. Cue ball going natural for position and natural for a 2-way, as long as you don't leave the 3 over the pocket.
They found a window through all the blockers. So first good chance to Alcaide and Wang now.
I think just on the correct side of this 4 where he can stun it forward to get on the 5, but they don't want to land straight on the 5. They need a good angle on the 5 to either get close to the 6 with the combination on the 8 or short side on the 6, but I think they would play for the combo.
Yeah, that's the key on the combo. You want to be close here. They have so much angle, they might consider coming below it. Still looking above it. I have to baby this one in pretty softly. So it's going to be tough to
Easy to
hold that
overrun
one.
that one.
Yeah, she caught the thin part of the pocket too, which didn't help with the speed.
Yeah, you bring up a good point there. A lot of times we see these players overrun position. It's not that they overhit or underhit the cue ball, it's that they hit the wrong part of the object ball into the pocket, thick or thin. Oh, this is really good. But it doesn't hold up in time. Pretty good safety on offer, though. Yeah. Or do you ever consider banking this ball? No.
Yeah, safe's just too high percentage. Josh Filler would bank this ball. Oh, she's got it thick. Look out. Left it wide open. That's a mistake there.
Yeah, kind of a big mistake because she had the other side of the ball to play safe as well. She could have put the 6 on the right long rail and the cue ball on the left long rail. Use the 10 for cover. She tried to go the other way, get a little extra, and made a big mess of it.
So momentum trending for Foon Grabe here.
Yeah, and I mentioned it a lot.
Pour it on.
Yeah, it really is a big thing, momentum, right? You'll know as well, Eric. A couple of games in a row and start to doubt things. And these two are looking real steady out there, so you don't need to be giving them any extra chances.
First game of the second set going to Foon Grabe after a mistake from Wang on a save.
Oh, looks like they got a winner over there on the other TV table. Wukun Lin, Han Yu taking the first set over there. Also Hill. So both these double semifinals going the distance so far. Good to see.
Yeah, Kunlin and Yu are former mixed doubles champions. Back when we only had 24 teams. 32 teams entered this week. Looks like we will stick with that number going forward. Really feel like 16 to 20 of the teams could win the tournament. That's how strong the overall pairings are.
Yeah, very deep pairings for sure. Good break here from Denis. I think they're 100% success on the break, and they continue to be. Good one there. He got the 1 in the side, and they've got a shot at the 2.
Yeah, snap the 1 in direct there.
And layup position on the 3, but she's rattled the 2.
That's a big miss. Looking to get ahead 2-0 and a set ahead. Now it's going to be back to Alcaide and Wang to even it out.
Oh, you don't see her miss too many of those, and she caught it pretty thick right away. Never really cut it as intended.
Yeah, especially with simple position.
But we could see a little bit there. These corners are still tight enough to reject those balls. It hit a lot of horns, that ball, while staying out and stayed right over the pocket. Good angle here to get towards the 5.
It's an angle heading towards the 7 here.
Yeah, better to underhit this one a little than overhit it and have to deal with the 9 on the next shot. You could see David really favor underhitting it. Left her over top of the 10.
The cue ball's running into the 7 now. If anything, could be running to the left of it. Might have to stun a bit. Just
Great
okay
shot.
going to the left, and they're back in line.
Yeah, really good shot. That's where it looks so easy on TV to do that, but bridging over the 10 like that made it really, really difficult. And if she touched any piece of that 10, it was a foul. Really get all of that one. Maybe caused by reaching a little bit. That extension on the back of the cue kind of throws off the balance a little bit. Tend to not get through the ball as much. Shouldn't be a problem for David, though. Close match here. Nice to see. I think we're due for a shootout or something, Eric. We haven't seen one for a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I've only done one over the course of my matches. But we've had 2 this week with 25 shot totals. It's only been about 4 or 5 in history to go into double digits. 2 have happened this week. I think overall, all the players are just kind of settling into the format, practicing things like the shootout, practicing the break in different ways, just finding skills that are going to be successful in this Pro Billiards series because they know there's a lot of money on offer, and they're showing, and the top players are showing up more regularly as well.
Hit the nail on the head, Eric. Absolutely. I think you're right. They're starting to work on these things a little more, and they're starting to have a better attitude towards it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this break from David. He's got a couple balls down. 10 got kissed in, so it's going to spot. They're going to continue shooting. Nothing much on the 1 that I could see at first glance.
Could cut the 1 near
David
the
sees
6.
something he likes. Yeah, that was what I saw from here now, and send the cue ball down to the end rail a bit. Maybe towards using the 10-3 for cover.
You're a little worried about the cue ball running too far here, but there's possibilities of good things happening.
Yeah, just hard to sell out this way.
Yeah, there wasn't much else. And didn't leave much, really. Left the full ball, but there's containment from Grabe.
Yeah, might have been all he could do from there, but I don't think it's going to work too much. They're not going to love their next shot. Probably pinned behind the 2. Yeah, he does go for a little more, trying to send the 1 around, use the 7, 9, 4, 8, all that stuff for cover, but there's a window here.
Yeah, into the left edge of the 1, and they're going to try to bring the cue ball back in the same spot. Just making sure here, but I think that's the best shot by a decent amount. Just got to be careful the cue ball doesn't come 2 rails into the top left.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times that scratch finds a way. So she does have to be conscious of that. Try to grip it with enough left spin to avoid that. Oh, and she didn't grip it much at all. Almost scratching the side pocket. The 4 is huge here.
Yeah, well, the issue there was she couldn't actually hit it thick enough to create the angle we were talking about, and that's why they were kind of looking at exactly how we're going to play this.
Yeah, and I think if she loaded up the left spin more, she chanced the deflection taking her into the other ball first. Couldn't afford to foul.
Yeah, swerving it, yeah. Deflection and then swerve.
Is this a 1 rail escape or a 2? Looks like 2 underneath across the top side of it. Didn't get enough of the spin. Easy for that one to slide too much off the first rail and never get there. Let's watch how close it comes though. Not far off.
No problems really in this rack. Bit of cue ball movement.
Yeah, that.
All the most
That
pockets
and
available.
this shot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everything's available. Nothing in the way. A couple balls close together. Although,
So
as we
this.
say that,
Dennis is going to have to come around 3 rails now. Angles look to be lining up okay to miss the 8th.
For the corner there. Yeah, it looks like off the first and the second rail for sure. He'll power it up. He's pretty good at these ones. Willing it around with the cue swipe.
Distance, angle, and a bit of power for Grabe. These shots are tougher than they look, but he excels in these spots.
And I love that you said it, because a lot of shots are tougher than they look. Pool is such a hard game. Watching it on TV doesn't always do it justice. It's very, very difficult, even without all the pressure and all the external factors.
Too thin.
And these players make it look so easy, but yeah, that one she caught a little thin, you're right.
And that's the difficulty. I mean, she executed the speed properly, actually got the ball down, but the difference between playing it in the far right of the pocket there or playing in the middle of the pocket is the difference between getting behind the 10 or not.
Yeah, and you could see it well on the replay there. She overcut it quite a bit. The outside of the pocket, Dennis. It's good contact and might buy them another shot here.
Yeah, big roll with only 3 balls on the table, getting safe.
Underneath the 10 with the cue ball here.
Just line it up with the 9 maybe.
Oh, real soft with the touch shot. Yeah, good call. Concede the foul,
this
he
is gonna-
says.
Yeah.
I think that just means they're going to be under the 10 for sure now.
It does. I mean, the only positive is that the 8 will push into the 9, and now if they push into the 8, they'll likely be kind of frozen onto those two balls. Whereas before, they would have had to hit it perfectly.
There is a 3 foul rule in effect, so Denis wouldn't consider just rolling the 9 on top of it again. That's not going to get the job done. Can't afford to be on 2. So is it 2 rails here, try to get the cue ball separating, or is it just soft? Looks like it's the second option.
Didn't work out. Offensive chance for Alcaide now.
I thought the first time they rolled the 9 on top of the 8, they would have considered just kicking in behind the 8 softly. I didn't think conceding the foul there was going to pay off too much.
This, they're still going to play safe here. Must be worried that the cue ball was going to come on too much cut angle for the 9. And he's left it near the rail in a place where they can kick it in.
Yeah, a bit surprising with the safety there from David. I'm surprised he would back off of that one. Put her like half chance to pocket this ball. She's going to hit it for sure, you would think.
Too thick, and they're going to leave it over the top right.
Well, is this any easier than the shot that David had before is the question. Not so sure it is. Not that easy to get position here.
Be on the rail
Pretty
here. Off just
Yeah,
enough that the cue is going to be comfortable enough.
Yeah, a little tough. But it was another example of that 8 ball just looks super easy on TV. And yeah, sure, you can make the 8, but juicing up the cue ball to get it over for the 9 was anything but easy. Well done from David there. The 10 ball to get their nose out in front, which they haven't had. And they've got it. Yeah, and wait till the cue ball stops. Don't start pulling balls out. That's right. We do have some exciting pool to come tomorrow, of course, the final of this mixed doubles, but we also have the final of the men's and the women's division. I believe the mixed doubles at 2 p.m. local and men's and women's at 6 p.m.
Look over at table number 2. Han has a long 10 ball here.
Yeah, and the cue ball near the rail. These ones are never easy, right? Have to just level out, try to roll it in.
Got it.
Shot.
Han and
Back
Kunlin
here.
rolling well over there. This rack's jammed up pretty badly.
Well, I was counting the balls, and I thought one went down. I couldn't see the 2-ball. Look how deep it is in that corner pocket. Camouflaged. Thought it was in there. Well, Denis tried to combo it in, but it's so deep he drove right by it, and he scratched in the other corner. Big mistake.
See if they try to go into the 3 here. 2-ball in an ideal position. Just have to avoid getting behind anything else.
Yeah, and if Denis combos in that 2-ball, he doesn't scratch because the thinner hit would have avoided the other corner. They've passed up going into the 3. I'm surprised. I thought you called it exactly right there, Eric. I thought they would go into the 3 or the 8 there. Make the 1, be on the 2.
I don't see why not. If he hit small parts of the 8, he could have gone off the 8 in the side. I think that's the only thing that steered them away from it.
Yeah, you wouldn't think with ball in hand that he would go off the wrong side of the 8, but maybe they like the safety from here. It's not so bad. As I say that, David shakes his head. He doesn't like it. That's pretty good.
Up there.
Yeah, and the 7 blocks one of the long rails, and maybe the 4 or 5 is cutting off the other long rail. Maybe a window between those 2 balls to get a hit here.
Gonna need a bunch of left spin, no doubt. Like a
Not
lot.
half chance to get
Tough
safe
spins.
back because it would be like a full hit. Yeah, like this. Pretty good shot. You can see, as Eric was saying, lots of left spin. She loaded it up and got that full contact she was looking for.
Still containment
I
for
think
Wang and Alcaide, and she's done it nicely.
Yeah, very good shot. Grabe with the purple air rush. Gonna try to bank this ball in to the bottom right. He would have position on the 4 if he could find it. Maybe a little bit of a 2-way shot, hoping the 3 stops anywhere but the side pocket. It's not horrible.
No, it's too tough to elevate here. Can roll at it and stay between the 6-7. Nothing wrong with crossing it again. Just waiting
Yeah,
a
that's
bit.
what I was leaning towards. Cross it with a safety, but he liked bumping it in, getting short side on the 4. What a shot.
Good shot. Aggressive attempt from Alcaide, and it's worked out here. What's happening with
I
the
feel like they
6
needed-
doesn't look available in either bottom pocket.
And I feel like they needed something like that to just try and get this moving a little bit. Steal this one, get him on the hill. This is a good angle to develop the 6 if it doesn't go.
Yeah, perfect angle. If you can hit the top side of it, it'll push it towards the bottom right. Cue ball will continue on same path. Square.
Like you said, he was trying to hit the top side, but yeah, he hit it square. Good chance for safety, though. And I like this. Usually you'd think we just put the cue ball underneath the 9-10, but it's much better to put the 6 underneath the 9-10 and send the cue ball way up table. Create more distance. It's going to make the escape much tougher. And if you don't find full cover, it's really hard to sell out the 6 ball with that shot. You're always going to contain the 6.
Fu's going to try to go 2 rails here, hit the 6 thinly. Low percentage chance of kicking it in the bottom left. But if she does hit the thin side of it, she'll get good action with the cue ball coming up table. Shot. Speed's okay.
Yeah, that's
well
well done.
Safe coming from
where she
Wan-Ling
was.
and Alcaide here.
Yeah, could consider taking this one on, but they have turned a few down like this.
He's going to. He's made a tough one in this rack so far.
I like going for this one. I think this is a good chance, and he might be able to get the cue ball around. Maybe 4 rails around. Oh, he's overcut it by a mile.
Yeah, decided to
really
run in the
that
9
close.
last minute. And hit some left spin to run into the 9. And again, the deflection coming into play on that one.
I seem curious to try to play it with left spin from that far away. Oh, look
Yeah,
at
I
this.
guess the other way
Dennis
he
takes
would
on
have had
the
to go
bank.
with right.
Yeah, maybe the 8 ball was a bigger ball than it looked from the camera angle with the cue ball coming around. Good 2-way shot from Dennis there. He knew if he made the bank on the 6, they were going to have something on the 7. That little kiss at the end didn't hurt. Put the cue ball near the rails. Going to put Fu to the test here.
Yeah, she had an in-between one like this first game of the first set. That time she chose the top left, but can't this time because the 9's blocking the position if she goes top left. Good shot, Ben.
Right in the middle. That's such a hard shot, too. She made it look easy. And now the 7 in the side and the last 3 are going to be easy for them to try to tie this second set.
And 2 games away from advancing to the final.
Well done there. Good tactical battle. So I think a few of these players on to the next event tomorrow, if I'm correct, Eric, or is it the next day? It's a Euro Tour event starting.
Yeah, there'll be a 1-day break, and we'll have a 4-day Euro Tour event. And then all will be streamed live on Pro Billiard TV. Ben and I won't be on that one. We're going to be playing in a tournament in Ben's hometown, Calgary. I'll be flying out on Wednesday.
Yeah, we let anyone in that pool room, so we'll allow Eric this time.
I appreciate it. I robbed you guys too badly last time, right? I almost thought about barring me.
Almost.
Just kidding. No, I'm looking forward to it.
Look forward to have you. Yeah, I look forward to having you too. Always a pleasure. Food a break. Rack number 5 here in set 2. And the 6 ball trickles in. The 1's not available, but they can see it. I don't think you'd ever consider the 1-4 combination from this far away, but certainly some safety options. And maybe the 2 ball little insurance if something goes wrong here, because it doesn't look available. Looks like Wu and Han Yu running away with it over there after winning the first set. They're up 3-0 in the second set, trying to get to the final to play the winner of this. Is he going to try to bank this ball on the side? Rip it? Oh, he came across it and under the 10-2. What a great shot.
Yeah, played 2 ways there. Had a chance to stay on offense if it went in, and high percentage coverage, and they've got it here. Yeah, Wu looks like he could be in both finals.
She's really good with this jump cue from what I've seen. She's made a lot of these. There's another one.
That's unfortunate to get behind the 8, and another jump coming from Denis. Might be a little too close here.
Oh, she gets over these with absolute ease. What a great shot. Yeah, just a little unfortunate to end up behind the 8. Hard to control that. Looks like Denis has reached for the short cue. He's shaking his head, though. I think it is a little close, and what can you do with it? Oh, he's called the bank into the top left of our screen here. Hoping it stays tied up with the 9. That's a pretty good shot, as long as the combo doesn't wire up, and it won't. Beautiful. That's how he drew it up, trying to keep the cue ball down here, close to the rail.
They're going to go rail first here, try to develop some movement towards the 5 with the cue ball. Ideally not hitting the 7 on the way across.
Yeah, I like that shot. Yeah, a little short of behind the 5 or anything like that, but it's very containing. As you can see, Denis drawing up a safety, so they don't want to take on the bank. It's not really worth it. Maybe the 8 has most of the pocket covered anyway. Upon second glance at this angle, yeah, there's no bank there. Draw underneath the 9, send the cue ball as tight to it as you can. It's pretty good. Well, David's called it in the right side pocket off the 8 ball. Trying to keep the cue ball probably under the 10 is the goal.
almost got in line with the 10. But the 5's going to block the top right, so hanging on here.
Yeah, that's why you see Denis smiling there. It wasn't because he's happy about the result. This looks really good, though. Or has he left a small window? I don't think so.
4th jump of the rack coming up.
Yeah, all the players jumping now. See, a little bit of everything here.
For the cue ball, it's in. And a good chance for...
Anywhere but there.
Yeah, had the distance. He's ended up hitting the pocket. Good chance for Grabe and Fu to get on the hill now. They're going to have to combo the 4-9. 4 shouldn't move too far from where the 9 is. Just have to think about either angle. Should play okay. Didn't want to be straight here, though. He can get off the rail.
Yeah, just enough angle to get off the rail, exactly. Yeah, I'm surprised she would roll all the way through that one, though.
Yeah, I don't know why. Just guarantee yourself some angle. Hit less speed. And this is actually the worst angle of them all. Anywhere near straight,
Yeah.
because the 4 is going to play off to the left, and it's hard to move the cue ball right or left.
Yeah, this is not ideal. I think she knows it. He doesn't look worried, but let's see what she does. Might have to power it up a bit.
She has to.
Oh, with the inside spin. What a shot. That was beautiful.
Fu and Grabe have played well. And as Denis was saying in the interview before the match, he trusts her, so kind of lets her go on a lot of shots. And you know, when you're not talking as much, it's almost like you're working as one unit, which is the goal in doubles. It's easier said than done, especially when one player is a little weaker. But Fu's right up there, and she knows the game.
Yeah, I think they pair quite well, and their skills are, quite evenly compared, so good team.
Wayward one from Fu, and this is a huge turnaround in the second set.
She was a long way away from that ball. Denis kind of, took what they could get and left her there, but there was some pressure on that ball from that distance.
That's exactly what it was. I don't think she missed that ball in the first round. Still surprising, though, and she's throwing her hands in the air in the chair. Just one of those ones where you're like, what did I just do on that? I'd like to have it back, but she's not going to get it back.
A long way off, too. It wasn't like she threatened the pocket.
Well, Denis consoling her, knowing that they're only 2 games away from the match victory.
Yeah, that's what makes a good teammate, of course. We see a good example would be the fillers. They're always just kind of laughing it off.
Yeah, they had another deep run in the mixed doubles this week. Making it to the quarterfinals. They've won 2 of these events so far. So they're going to be a team to contend with going forward. Pia also making it to the quarterfinals of the Women's Open. Josh falling short of his usual results in the singles.
It's a dry break, and Denis jumping out of his chair with a look at the one. Well, not the most open table, though. And he's missed that by quite a bit.
Yeah, he's up and off that one. Position was natural. So Fu and Grabe throwing in a couple missed balls here near the end of the second set.
Yeah, and a little, maybe small amount of pressure creeping in near the finish line here, and we might see a similar thing happening on the other TV table with Han and Wu. They were up 3-0. It's now 3-2. It's not easy to close out these big matches.
They'd like to hit the one thinly enough that they can leave behind the 2-9 and get distance with the cue ball up table. It's got other things in mind. Gonna play behind a big 3-ball stack here. It's a good play.
Yeah, trying to just knock the one away. Stun over there. Good shot. It's also put the one in a pretty tough spot behind the 6. Would love to get a little closer to the 9, though, and take away the side rail. I think Denis can see a lot of the side rail. It's so good at the kick safety.
Yeah, he's okay to go just off the left long rail here. One could be playing into the 3. But other than that, a chance to get safe. Did contact it.
Well, kept them off the shot, but they're not going to like their next look. Be buried behind the 8, I think. So I wonder if she'll just roll up on this one, or if she'll hit it with a little speed, trying to get some separation. Half ball hit.
A roll play.
Yeah, I like this too, because if it goes wrong, it's hard to sell out. Might have left the combination though, but not easy to control the cue ball and the 1. For position on the
here
1
on the
after.
combo. Let's see what's happening with the cue ball, see how thin he is.
I think they can use the 10 or the 6 even, maybe to slow down the cue ball here. The 10 is the ball. Good shot from David. Yeah, where he first pointed, can't get there. I think the 10's in the way. It's on the other side of the side pocket at best.
He still likes past it. She likes before it.
Well, I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but where he keeps pointing, I don't think he can get there. I think the 10 is right in the way of that.
Draw bend across, but risky with the side pocket regardless here. She's going to go to where chalk is.
Referee just getting in position to watch her arm over the 10 ball here. Yeah, the problem here is you can't get from the 2 ball back to the 3.
That's
So I
why
see
David
David
really
scratching
wanted.
his head.
Yeah, that's why David really wanted to go past the side there.
Bottom inside spin, low on the cue ball with lots of left and try to spin it around off 3 rails. Is that what he's going to do?
Super tough.
Oh, he
Trying to
tried to
draw
draw
off of it.
off the 5, but he missed the 2. Made it in the wrong pocket, and they'll probably be shooting this one again. Option for Grabe and Fu to shoot this or give it back. I think they'll be giving it back. Trying to get lots of the second rail here with the kick shot. Makes the pocket bigger, but it also brings in a little two-way safety aspect, which she got. Good shot. Good speed.
I think Dennis is considering going behind the 4 with the cue ball here. Just wants the 3 to be banking into the 5, but it looks like it can bank to the right of it. Easy to get inside of it. Good shot. Alcaide will be jumping this.
Oh, there's some pressure on this jump shot because the balls are in the open now. If it doesn't work out, good chance we see Hill in this set. Oh, he's hit it about as good as he could. Didn't miss it by much.
Nine ball's going to play big back towards the 4. Just saw Dennis out of the corner of the screen there saying go between the 9-10. Tough shot.
Yeah, only a couple small windows to get position here. Thought it'd be between the 9-6. But how
Hit it
good is
perfect.
that? Yeah, and I think the angle between the 9-6 would have made for a bit straight on the 4. This angle on the 4 is premium. He can just roll this one in, play the 5 in the side next.
As long as the 6 passes the 7, they're good here. They seem comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So Hill
Yeah,
coming.
definitely does. Absolutely. Exciting match. Hill, both sets.
Couple hold shots here. Be okay.
Yeah, not inch close to the 9 as they'd like to be, but won't be a problem for Dennis here.
He's a little straight and he's a little bit worried about leaving her the cut angle. Might do something. Yeah, he cheated the far right of the pocket and came straight back. Shot.
Yeah, that was very good. And it looks like we got a result from the other TV table, so awaiting the winner of this in the final will be Han Yu and Wu Kun Lin. Nice close match over there as well. As you can see the split screen there with the stats from that set. Quite impressive.
Kunlin and Han Yu are in big danger in their quarterfinal match. Looks like they've got back on track here. Straight set win. Grabe's made the one a couple times. He's got it again. 2 balls down, 3 balls in tough, but a carom possibility. Maybe even a combo possibility with not having to cut the 3 as much into the 5. How thin are they on the combo play? Either is there.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Combo, right, man?
Yeah, I think so. They have to lose the cue ball a bit, but maybe they could use the 6 to stop the cue ball. As we'll see in a second here. Yeah, I think exactly as Denis says. Send the cue ball into the 6 to hold the cue ball there. What a great chance if this works out.
Got ahead, and the 3's makeable. Chance to close it out now. They're going to have to draw the cue ball to the left of the 4. And a small risk of overdrawing it and going into the bottom left. He's thinking about playing it off the 5. Nothing wrong with that. Can slow the cue ball down much more if he does that.
Yeah, I like that, Eric. I think that's a good eye. Pretty thin. Could, yeah, spin it around either or.
Perfectly played. Perfectly on the 4, and this is a great chance for, I believe, their first break-in run of the match, coming at a great time here. And they're looking to book their spot in the final now.
Yeah, what a time to do it. They've been breaking absolutely fantastic this match, but surprised to not see them have a run out yet. Maybe just save the best for last.
Talks about whether they can play the side or the corner. Corner's the easier position. Looks like they've settled on it.
Yeah, I like the corner there and just natural position that way. Didn't have to power up the cue ball or dig into it. I imagine the blood's flowing now. Only a few balls away from a spot in the final.
Denis has been moving a lot on the shots. He's feeling the nerves a little, and David kind of looking over at him like, geez, I know you're feeling it here. And maybe more that he left the cue ball so thin, too. But
he's never been one to stay totally still on the ball, but you're absolutely right. He's moved quite a bit on that shot.
Good recovery from Fu.
She's bailed him out. This one to get a spot in the final. What a match this has been.
In a real hotly contested semifinal here, 4-3 in both sets. Grabe and Fu will be moving on to the final. Second mixed doubles final in a row for Fu. Proven to be a good partner in these events. And we'll be back tomorrow with the finals of the mixed doubles at noon local time and the finals of the men's and women's singles at 6 p.m. local time. Be sure to join back. If you're looking for any other content, we have all the matches logged from this week. Lots of great ones. You can go to